In the 3rd century BC, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, built an extraordinary tomb in which to enjoy eternity. An ancient text written by the first historian of China, Sima Qian, tells of rivers of mercury flowing like water inside Qin's mausoleum. Ancient Discoveries is investigating the purpose and engineering behind this strange discovery.
In 220 BC, the country had been at war for about 500 years. It started out with some 700 independent states, and by 221 they'd been whittled down to one, which was the state of Qin.
Qin created a nation that has lasted 2,000 years.
Qin was so successful in its career of conquest that it has become synonymous with the whole of China today.
A 10,000 square mile empire, wealthy and powerful beyond imagination. Qin was terrified of losing his throne, and even more terrified of dying. He wanted his life and power to last for all eternity. So he searched the known world for the secret of eternal life.
He was constantly sending emissaries off to far corners of the globe to find potions or wise men who could help him with this.
Fearful of being executed if they came back empty-handed, no one returned. As if expecting the search for the elixir of eternal life to fail, Qin embarked on an equally ambitious project, one whose many mysteries lie untapped to this day.
But at the same time, as soon as he came to the throne, he set hundreds of thousands of convicts to work on building a tomb for himself.
I myself find a bit of a paradox here, because if you're never going to die, what do you need a mausoleum for?
He was hedging his bets. If he could not have eternal life, he would rule forever in death.
The reason why he built that mausoleum was partly because he needed that kingdom, that rather empire. He needed his resources, he needed his palace, he needed his warriors, he needed his servants and everything else to continue ruling in the afterlife.
In the south of his empire, he built a mausoleum complex over an area of 56 square miles.
There are obviously many things about the Emperor Qin's mausoleum that are fascinating. But if I had to single out one thing, it would probably be the sheer scale of the site. Everything is so massive, everything you could possibly imagine, or even things that you would never imagine that were going to be there. Not only they are there, but they are multiplied by 100 or by 1,000.
It is not simply a mausoleum. Complete with mountains and rivers, sculpted to the last detail, the tomb was an exact scale replica of real China.
The idea obviously was to represent in microcosm the entire sphere over which